Sportscast Sports Talk 101 on digital radio, on the app, on your smart speaker, on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch.tv, and Facebook. Sportscast Sports Talk 101.
Discuss, debate, entertain, and loud.
Sportscast Sports Talk 101.
Woo! Football.
Let me back up. Although this looks weird that I'm just pushing into thin air, but week 7 is in the books, folks. I need to actually get one that I can update weekly.
Wow!
But yes, good Lord,
halfway there.
Another crazy
half
week
of football.
I know we're almost at the halfway point, and I think by the time when we get to week 8, we'll either go touch base on the week 7 stuff briefly, and then kind of look back at where we started at the beginning of the season, where we are now, and what teams we think will be.
I can tell you, there's a lot of legendary quarterbacks boohoo crying, man. You're seeing their last days, folks. You can't beat Father Time.
Since we're talking quarterbacks, we'll kind of touch base on the news. We may go over the time limit, but whatever. It's sports. That's what happens. It's hard, especially when there's all kinds of news going on. It's hard to shove it all into an hour without missing something. But Rodgers lost and looked like Father Time has finally caught up with him. He looked lost. I mean, he has. I said this. I think I messaged this to you, and I told Santiago this. I said, based off of what I saw, unless they turn it around, which I don't see it. I looked at the next 6 games that they have. I'm betting they look like, at the way they're playing now, they're going to win 2 out of those 6. I think Rodgers, if it continues this path, he's going to want to trade out of Green Bay, or he's going to retire.
I think a lot of people just going overboard. That game wasn't that bad as other football games. Not as bad.
But the thing is, they lost to the Jets. Mm-hmm. And then they lost to Washington.
They could have won. They could have won that. He threw a really good pass to Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones was on fire. Here's the problem, folks. Cobbs, IR, rookie hamstring injury. There's a lot of players that are hurt. They have injuries, folks. That happens in sports. So then guess what you got to do? You got to call up scrubs. So he's pretty much playing with young boys that ain't even like.
Yeah, the biggest issue he doesn't have receivers. This is the difference from this year, and you look at last year and the year before. Who was his number one? You're really seeing the impact that Devontae Adams had that trade had. Like this is really showing.
I would just stick with a running game. Aaron Jones was actually doing pretty damn good. I would have stuck with the running game, because Aaron Jones, what did he do? Aaron Jones. Oh, shit. No, he was not. No, I take that back. He was throwing the ball to Aaron Jones, but Aaron Jones wasn't running. They ain't got no line either. But Aaron Jones, 53 yards, 2 touchdowns. So he was working with Aaron Jones, the running back. Why? Because he didn't really, all he has is Lazard, but Lazard, 55 yards receiving, but no touchdowns. And then you got Sammy Watkins back, but Sammy Watkins wasn't 100%. And it was a bad game.
Well, he did make an appearance. Let me see if I can pull it up. He did. I think he made an appearance on the Pat McAfee show this week.
He did, and he threw everybody on the bus. He threw everybody on the bus. He didn't say me. When you are, let me give you some. Aaron Rodgers
said that every guys who are making too many mistakes shouldn't be playing. Does that count for? Does that count? Does he count himself in that?
No, and that's what what a leader does. A leader says, you know what? It's up to me to get these guys going. But no, he sat on that show and he threw all those guys. He not only did he throw them under the bus, but he put the bus in reverse and backed the bus over him. But that's the person.
I've never seen. I mean, Brady just breaks tablets. Rodgers just says, "You know what? I'm going to just burn everybody because
let me
it's
tell you
not
something.
me."
If I was Brady, I would have broke that tablet over Mike Evans' head. He threw the pass couldn't be any perfect, folks. I mean, damn it, Vet could have caught that damn catch, and it went right out of his hands. Nobody around him. Just what can you do? What can
I
you
was
do?
worried at first, but what really got me with the Washington game was the fact that the Packers 7 plays on their opening drive, punt.
Mhm.
Washington 4 plays, 3 yards. I was like, oh Lord, here we go again. After the last one, punt. What Green Bay touchdown to Aaron
Mhm.
Jones on that 4 yards after 8 plays. I was like, crap. Then Washington punt, then field goal. I was like, okay, maybe it was 7-3. Green Bay had to punt. Washington
Mhm.
interception. And I understand, I get the interception. Heineke hasn't played. He hasn't gotten any practice with the starting line because the problem was they got Wentz and they had to basically give everything to Wentz all offseason, all preseason
I got
to
three
get
names. Three names: McLaren, Brian Robinson, and
Robinson is a
and
effing
Antonio
beast.
Gibson. Those guys put a beating on the Packers. Put a beating
Yeah.
on them.
They had, what was it, like 17 unanswered points or 20. I can't remember. I lost track.
Right.
They basically had that missed field goal, third quarter touchdoad Washington, field goal
Mhm.
Washington, field goal Washington, and then a punt. I mean, it was
You got
crazy.
the trade deadline is next week. Get you Packers. You got to hey hey OBD. What you doing, man? OBD. How you think you could
Yeah,
think you could
Heineke. So, what was your thoughts on Heineke's performance, though, considering he
he
hasn't gotten to do much
the
of
very
anything?
very beginning he played like garbage. I was getting ready to send you a tweet saying what's wrong, what's up with your boy. I was a little worried because he threw an interception, but you know what? He hasn't played. I thought he might have been a little bit rusty, but guess what? He made up for it towards the end of the game, and he looked great. He looked really good.
Yeah,
So
he and he had his ups, he had his downs, and I'm okay with it.
but
I
the
think
Packers, remember, 21-23, Packers could have easily. They ran out of time. They ran out of damn time. Manage your damn time towards the end. You got what was the hell was that damn throwing the ball towards the end of the game? Even Rodgers was in the mix. They're throwing the ball back and forth and everything. They
oh
wouldn't
yeah,
have
I
to do
saw
that
that.
if you
I
manage your time.
But and I thought I actually my son was yelling at me, Dad, what's wrong with you? You're freaking me out because I'm standing up in front of the TV,
Mhm.
like jumping up and down because I probably would have punched a hole in my TV because they were gaining traction at first,
Yeah, they
and
were.
that worried me. I was like, I've seen this happen before.
Aaron Rodgers threw it to this guy and the ball bounced and there was a flag that was thrown. So there was already a penalty. So that shit
Yeah.
was coming back. That stuff was coming back anyway. So but
Um.
they could have easily won that. Who you
So
want to talk
I'm
about
trying to.
now?
Well, I figure if we knock out the news, just like quarterbacks, because we saw another, you know, um, former
Brady?
elite quarterback is now benched.
Oh, you talking about Matty Ice?
Yeah,
I
he
think
definitely
that's a
felt the
mistake.
ice.
I think that's a
Um,
mistake. I think it's a mistake.
well, we saw
Too
not only
soon.
did we saw him get benched, we saw Mac Jones get benched.
Yeah. Well, we don't
I don't know
know.
I don't know if that's the right call or if they're just going with it because this was like a Cooper Rush situation. He had the hot hit. Obviously, it didn't work out because we saw how that game ended for them.
Yeah.
And was there any? And Brady, I don't know what is going on with him. If it's
I know we all know what's going on with Brady. We all know
well,
what's
he's
going.
got
He's human. He's human, folks.
and
He's human.
all the season. I think all that 20 some years is catching up finally. Or the fact also is that he doesn't have the same weapons that he had last year. The line is hurt, and we're
We
getting
got
hit.
a
Look at
bot.
that. We already got the
We
bots.
got the bots coming in here. 69 girls.
All right. Well, oh, Jesus. Lord Almighty. Add to the block list. There we go. They're blocked.
All right, cool.
That's when you know we've hit the big time, when we're getting attacked by the
That's
the
right.
bots.
That's right.
Man, the quarterbacks were just the main ones. The big guys that we know were having their issues. So then you want to go over trades, because I know there was a
It
trade
was a
that
good.
happened right
Yeah, the
before the
Jets.
right before.
The
Oh, I
Jets.
wasn't even talking about that one. I was talking about this guy from Carolina that got
Oh well,
traded, and
hey,
then
hey,
and
hey,
got
hey,
the
hey.
start.
You saw Carolina won though. You saw Carolina won. They got
Yeah.
Devontae Freeman. They got Chubbard, whatever the hell, Chubby Checkers. They ran the ball. They
Well,
won. They won.
apparently, so I read a little article, because Sean McVay gave his reaction when the Niners um, acquired McCaffrey, and his
Mhm.
first thing, and it was actually a video of him, and all you hear is him say "Oh f," like he dropped the f bomb
Right.
live. They're getting another great player. Like he was like, "Oh shit," like he's I'm just like, this is he said, you thought, oh shit, they're getting another great player. Like, as a competitor, you say, hey, they've got him, we've got to be able to move forward. You guys could have had him, I'm sure, but I honestly didn't think that's where he was going either, to be honest. I really thought he was going
I
to go somewhere else.
as
But
a 49 as a diehard 49er fan, I honestly I ain't even gonna lie. I remember watching the Stanford games, watching him play. He was a huge success out here in the Bay Area, but we gave way too much for him, man. Because the only thing that scares me is he gets hurt a lot. He gets hurt.
right.
He gets hurt. But we got hopefully this our offensive line protects him and
I don't know.
blocks for him.
He
But
looked
he's good.
fan-
He's good.
he looked fantastic right out of
He's
the
good.
gate with them
He
back to
looked
back runs.
he looked better. He looked better than Jimmy G. That's for damn sure, man. Oh my
Yeah.
god. But
So we look at scores. Unless you want to talk to Jets about their latest trade acquisition.
dude, they lost Ball, who was awesome with the Jets, but I think Robinson is a good story. They got him from the Jaguars. Um, I think the Jet. I believe in the Jets, man. I believe in the Jets.
The,
Last game
I
wasn't a beautiful game, but they
but
won. They won.
a
That's all that
win,
matters.
hey,
A
and
win is a win.
exactly, a win is a win at this
Yeah.
point, and they are continuing to win. So we're at week 7, or well, we're in week 8 now, but week 7 ended. Saints
Mhm.
Cardinals. I thought the Cardinals were going to win that, but the Saints were going to
He's
win it.
Nope, he's
Eh,
back. Hopkins is back, and who got most of the damn looks? Go look at it. Who got all the targets?
Let's pull up
Look at those.
the
Look at the
hold on,
targets.
we're gonna pull up the stats, because this one actually gives me some stats to look at. Cardinals. Murray was 20 of 29, 204 yards and a touchdown. No interceptions. It's always good. DeAndre Hopkins, 10 catches, 14
Yes.
targets. He was targeted
Yeah.
14 times,
Look at all the other
103
guys.
yards.
Look at everybody else. Look at everybody else.
Rondale Moore, 1. Keontae Ingram, 2 catches. Zach Ertz, 2 catches. Eno had 4. There you go. He got 4. I mean, and they were targeted. Eno was targeted 5 times. Zach Ertz
Robbie
4 times.
Anderson he's new on the team. He didn't even catch nothing, man. He didn't
Nope.
catch nothing.
Now
Nothing.
Hopkins did fumble the ball, as did Murray,
Yes,
but
he
they
did.
didn't lose
Yes, he
it,
did.
so that was
Yes, he
good.
did.
Um, and Eno Benjamin, even though he had, what did I say? He had 4 catches for 21 yards. He was targeted 5 times. He also ran the ball for
Yes.
12 carries for 92 yards and a touchdown.
Yes. He's legit. He's legit. Honestly, if I would make him the starter and have Connor as the backup, because that guy, and they also got another rookie. Well, he's not a rookie, but they got Ingram, who
Yeah,
he
Keontae,
gets
9
touchdowns. He
carries.
gets some touchdowns.
He got it. Hey, he got a touchdown. 9 carries, 14 yards, and a touchdown.
The week
Greg
before that, he got
Dorsch
two
got 1
TDs.
carry for 1 yard, and Murray ran the ball 7 times for 30 yards.
Yeah.
On the Saints side, I mean, Andy Dalton is those interceptions killed it.
Killed it
right there. You can't win a game. He had a hell of a game. There's
but
no disrespect.
the word is he
47.
won the job though. The word is that you might not be seeing Jameson as a starter. He got the job, is what the word is out there.
His performance hasn't faltered. If he can get the interceptions down, lowered, and I don't remember, I didn't catch to see if they were all on him or if it was, receiver bobbled it or something like that.
It was some. I'm gonna say half.
But 30 of 47, 361 yards, 4 touchdowns is a hell of a performance. What marred it, like I said, was those 3 picks. But he also ran the ball for 4 carries for 21 yards. Kamara, 11 carries, 49 yards. They obviously had that game, and Chris Olave, and I don't
rookie
recognize
sensation,
the name.
Olave,
7 catches.
He had a 41.
Well, he definitely Olayed his way into the starting role there because
he's on one of my big fantasy teams, and
7 catches, 106 yards.
Yeah.
Kevin White though, 1 catch. I mean, he got 64 yards on that one. That's 60. And Traquan Smith, 5 catches, 59 yards. Everybody had 20 to 50 yards until you get to the bottom of the barrel there. But those if they hadn't had those interceptions, I think they would have won the game, or it would have been close. Yeah, that took away their momentum big time.
I'm just saying, Cardinals is a threat now because now they found some running backs that can run, and they got Andre Hopkins. They get Andre Hopkins, downtown Brown, like Hollywood Brown when he comes back, and they got Zach Ertz, which congratulations, him and JT Watts had beautiful babies. Watts just had his baby. It was just announced 53 minutes ago, folks. Congratulations.
And we both picked the Cardinals to win that one, and yes, we got that one correct. We actually ended up with the same record for picks this week, because
that's how we roll.
So next on the docket was the Browns and the Ravens. I told you. I went with the Browns. You went the Ravens.
I went with the Ravens.
They squeaked out a victory, but
they did. I honestly, I don't have. I like him, but I just don't have faith in Jacoby Brissett because there's a reason why he's a backup. Nick Chubb,
22 and 20.
Nick Chubb's the man. You always know what you're gonna get out of Nick Chubb, and then Amari Cooper. He can catch, but I don't ever see him in the red zone. Even Donovan, what the hell, Donovan Peoples-Jones is that? The law firm. He got, look at this, 74, 71, 71. But none of them could get in the damn end zone, dude. Got to get in the red zone.
The crazy thing is, Amari had 3 catches for 74 yards. David Njoku had 7 catches for 71 yards. And then Donovan Peoples-Jones, 6 catches for 71 yards.
Not a damn TD. No TDs.
Nothing. The rushing was where they got it. Chubb had 1 rushing touchdown on 16 carries, 91 yards, and Kareem Hunt 5 carries, 4 yards, and a touchdown.
And just so you guys know, it wasn't like the Ravens got TDs. They didn't get a damn. Lamar didn't. He didn't score no touchdowns.
Well, Lamar was 9 of 16 for 120 yards. That's ugly. But he also ran the ball for 10 carries for 60 yards. Gus Edwards, 16 carries, 66 yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns. But when you're running, your quarterback is almost the leading rusher every week, you have a serious problem. Either you have no offensive line to protect your quarterback, and he has to do that, or you have no running game, which it seems that Gus Edwards is a decent running back, but what do you do when your quarterback burns himself out because he's too busy running around and then escaping the pocket to try to get all these yards? I don't. The Ravens may win, but they're not going to go very far if that's how their offense is going to be. It's just a run first by their QB. But yes, I did pick the Browns. I got that one wrong. Next up was the Bucs and the Panthers, and holy hell, we both got that wrong because I assumed that Brady would be and the Bucs would be like Brady, and
Nah,
I
man.
don't know what in the hell happened there.
No. They I'll tell you, it was called Devontae Freeman, 118 yards, 15 carries. My man Moore received he did 69 yards with 7 catches, 1 TD. And P. Walker, their quarterback, he had 2 touchdowns. They looked bad. They were dropping balls. Mike Evans dropped balls. They were dropping passes. It's already.
Yeah.
I mean, Brady was slinging that ball, and Evans dropped a pass. But Brady did still look old, man. He did look old.
Yeah, it was not his best game. That was probably one of the worst games I've seen him play in a long time.
I'd be calling Grunt. Hey, Grunt, come on, please, Grunt. Just one more time. Come on, Grunt. Please. One more. Just one more.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you could see that he definitely is hurting with I don't know what it is, what he needs, but good Lord, man, he needs something to get.
It happens.
He's checked out.
It happens. It happens.
Do you think?
It
Well,
happens.
do you think he's checked out? And he's just right. He's playing because that's just it's in his. It's that mentality. Like you just keep playing, but essentially he's checked out for the season. Like he's done playing at the end of the season.
No,
and
I don't think I seen him slick. It's not his fault when guys are dropping passes, dude. It's not his fault. And like I said, he threw Mike Evans. You're dropping balls, man. I mean, Mike Evans did catch some balls, but I want to know, Mike Evans, what were you doing with that referee in that tunnel? What was that referee signing? Now the word is that did you hear about that?
I did. There was actually an article I saw,
but it was supposed to be for golf. The umpire was telling him, "Oh yeah, here, let me hook you up with a golf pro."
Let me see where it was. I swear I saw it somewhere, and they might have been under the news part that I had seen come across. And NFL says officials did not ask Bucs wide receiver Mike Evans for an autograph after concluding the review of interaction.
Yeah, so he was hooking him up with a golf pro. Like, let me here. I got a good golf pro to help you with your swing. Swear to God, that's what I heard. Because umpires are not allowed to do autographs, especially after a damn game. Can I get your autograph? Which that wasn't what they were doing.
No. Next up, Bengals, Falcons. Bengals won at 35-17.
Beautiful game, dude. Beautiful game. Joe Burrow.
We both picked the Bengals. So the next 1, 2, 3, at least the next 3, we will have both selected the correct winning team. But yeah, the Bengals answered back.
481 yards, folks. He did 3 touchdowns. I had Tyler Boyd on my fantasy team, and I almost put him on the bench. And I said, last minute decision. I said, you know what? Let me put Boyd back in it. 155 yards and a TD. He caught a 60 long bomb, folks.
But did you see the other 8 catches for Boyd? He was targeted 9 times. That's pretty damn good. Jamar Chase, 8 catches, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns, 11 targets.
Higgins, all 3 of those guys. That's a 3-headed like dragon right there. Boyd, Chase, and Higgins.
Higgins almost broke 100 yards as well. I've never seen a team. There's only been I don't know the last time I've seen a team have 2 receivers with over 120 yards each.
Miami.
And then a third almost breaking 100 yards. Like, that's crazy.
Waddle and Hill.
Yeah. Well, and Burrow almost 500 yards passing.
Yes. Insane.
Like, I know that is insane. Outstanding, but that just shows that the Falcons have...
Who that?
Well, what does that say about the Falcons' defense as well?
What does that say about my Niners getting, like what happened? I mean, they whooped the Niners, and then they, Cincinnati. I mean, it's just what the hell.
Well,
that's the weirdest thing about football.
Well, yeah, that it is. Mariota was 8 of 13 for 124 yards. and they
Ugh.
had.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was an ugly game for them. I will definitely say that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next up we had Cowboys and the Lions. We both picked the
He's
Cowboys on that
back.
one.
Dax is back. Hey, I can't. Hey, Dak was throwing some pretty good passes. I can't. He
Yeah.
only scored a touchdown towards the end of the game, but he still had 270 yards. He got one touchdown. Tony Pollard, 12 carries, 83 yards. Zeke, my man, on my fantasy team, got me 2 TDs. They look good, man. CeeDee Lamb
Yeah.
was catching balls. Noah Brown, Schultz, the tight end, he was looking good. Man, the tackles that tight end get. I thought there was a tackle he did.
They looked. They were on top of things. That's for sure.
Yeah. You think the Cowboys are back or what?
I gotta see more of that. It was the Lions.
They played the Lions. Exactly.
That's
exactly.
my issue is it was the Lions, but I have to see more of how Dak is doing. They're good. Don't get me wrong. The Cowboys have a staunch defense. They are good, but my issue is with Prescott is, like we've said, he gets injured at least one time during each season, the last couple of seasons. So
this one,
I just say it'll be interesting to see.
Thank God this was just a hand injury, and that recovery was great. And they had Cooper come in and win games because everybody said, "Well, that's the end of their season," which was not. They're still in the mix, folks. They're still in it.
Yeah.
Still.
Oh yeah, they are. That's the thing is they are still in it.
5-2. 5-2.
Yeah, they're not out of it. Like that's the thing people forget is they're not out of it. It's just they got to make sure to protect their quarter.
What about Detroit? What about Detroit?
Detroit needs to go. At this point, I think you need to. I don't know. I really don't. They've been like this. They were like this even with Matthew Stafford there. And Stafford obviously is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. So I don't know what the issue is. If it's ownership,
they do have injuries. They do have injuries.
They do have injuries. But they've had good. They've always had good players. They had Matthew Stafford. They had Megatron. Hell, you look back, go all the way back in the 90s. They were always still a good team, but they couldn't do anything. Even when they had Barry Sanders, they still lost the majority of their games. So I don't know what the issue is, but I think at the rate they're going, Jared Goff's not going to be there at the end of the season or next season, I should say. I think he's going to end up getting traded to somebody.
He's going to find the right spot, just like Matt Stafford.
No. There's no question that won't happen. It's just unfortunate that he's got to go through the Matthew Stafford pains. That's what sucks. Mostly for him.
Well, we got the
next
Giants.
up is Giants and the Jaguars. Giants 6-1. What in this? I don't know. I don't know what to say on that one because I wasn't. There's no part of me that could have predicted that the Giants would be 6-1.
Well, first of all, we got to give props up to the running back Saquon Barkley. He's doing his thing,
and he's staying healthy. That's what's staying
healthy. Darius Slayton, he was balling. He did catch a touchdown. He had 58 yards receiving.
This is what I want to say. So I know you brought up Saquon. So Daniel Jones passed the ball 19 completions out of 30 attempts, 202 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. When you look at the running game, Saquon Barkley, 24 carries, 110 yards, averaging about 4.6 yards a carry. Then you go to the next running back.
Daniel Jones.
11 carries, 107 yards, 1 rushing touchdown. He averaged 9.7 yards per run. What the?
And you know what? Dude. And I want to say this to all you New Yorkers out there that booed when he got up on the stage and everybody was boo.
And look, I've never booed him, but I admit that I was critical and I thought that they should have gotten rid of him.
No.
And he said, I remember a time when Kirk Cousins was in Washington and everybody was criticizing him, and he came out with a win, and he got that stupid catchphrase, "You like that?" or whatever the hell it was.
Right.
And Daniel Jones has basically said to everybody that's criticized him, he basically said, "Shut the F up."
Yep.
Can you run what quarterback have you seen besides Lamar Jackson? I would
I
not
would
have expected
let me
Daniel
say
Jones to do.
I would love Jimmy G, which will never happen when pigs fly. Run like this kid, okay? Run like this kid. This kid, holy! And first of all, the defense, the Jaguar
He
defense, you ought
slides.
to be ashamed of yourselves.
Hell yeah!
Shame of yourselves.
And look, no disrespect to Trevor Lawrence. He had a great game, just
Yeah,
no
he did.
touchdowns. But yeah, that sucked. But 22 of 43, 310 yards passing, and Travis is that Etienne or whatever? Their running back had 14 carries for 114 yards. So they were trying. I mean, it was a good
Yeah,
game between
Kurt
Christian Kirk
96
96.
yards.
Yep.
Oh, even the ex New York Giants, Evan Ingram, 67 yards. I mean,
Yeah.
the Jacksonville could have easily won that game. Could have easily won that
I
game.
think that game could have gone either direction. But the problem is, it wasn't the Jacksonville offense. It was the defense that should be holding their heads in shame and just getting reamed
Yeah,
because you allowed the Giants quarterback to get 202 yards passing, but you also allowed him to get 107 yards rushing. Like,
yeah,
seriously.
yeah. That's embarrassing, man. That's like, damn, damn,
I
damn.
haven't the last one that I saw that besides Lamar Jackson, and Jackson can get it, but we know he's that's what he does. All he does is run. But
This is D Jones. This is
I
D
know
Jones.
that's what
Are
I'm
you
getting
serious?
at.
Daniel
Like,
Jones.
but I'm sure. But you also know there are Giant fans out there that are like, "Where the hell was this kid last year? Why weren't you doing this a year ago?"
You know why? You know why? I'll tell you why. Because the media is always with the now. You got to let the kid get the reps and develop and build chemistry with the team. Grow to be a leader, not just ship him off, man. Because you gotta let him grow.
Well,
But I like the kid. I like the kid. I
I
like him.
I think he is solidified as definitely. I think he's going to go places with that team. He's going to carry that team to great things. But yeah, this is what other teams should look at is like the Bears should look and be like, oh,
Look at
Jones
Justin
can pass,
Fields.
but he can run.
Look,
Why
look
aren't we doing that with
We're
Justin
getting ready to talk about,
Fields?
but look, we're getting ready to talk about Justin Fields in a minute, folks. But
Yeah,
Justin
we'll
Fields had a
get
hell of
there.
a game. He had a hell of a
Yeah,
game.
we will get down to that one. We are next. So we got that. I believe we both picked the Giants on that one. So we did. The next up was the Colts and the Titans. Titans came out on top with that one, 19-10. And
Yeah,
unfortunately for the Colts, they got a new quarterback now that took over.
I don't like this move. I think
don't know.
this is a stupid move. Stupid move.
And
Stupid
Ryan
move.
wasn't terrible though. 33 of 43, 243 yards and a touchdown.
It's your look. It's your line, folks. It is your line. Get a line to protect Matt Ice. You'd be all right.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing is he wasn't terrible. Now, what's going to happen that you benched him? He's going to sit there. You're putting some new rookie in, and when you lose, what do you do then?
Never threw a ball in the NFL. I don't give a damn.
So
He's not started a game. Never started a game, folks.
I think what's going to happen is either Matt Ryan's going to get the start again. We all know that's going to end up happening. But I question the leadership now, the coaching staff, because if you lose again after benching your quarterback and the rookie you throw in there now has a terrible game, okay, I get the first game, give him another one if that's what you wanted, if this is the route you're going. But if he continues to struggle or he can't get yards, then what do? Do you just, all right, Ryan, we're sorry, buddy. Can you come back in and save the team?
I'm worried. Not what is Ryan gonna do now? Because now he's got to go find somewhere else to play. But guess what? He gonna get paid though. You still got to pay him the money, so that's good. He's gonna get his money. But I just think this is just
It ain't
a bad.
it
It's a
ain't like
bad move.
there's teams
Bad
that would.
move.
I'm sure there are teams that would gladly take him.
Yeah.
You know what? I know of a team that I wouldn't mind having him on.
Don't say it.
Speaking of
Don't say it.
teams, Packers and Washington. Washington came out on top, 23-21. Wentz is done. Thank God. I mean, I'm sorry he got injured. Hopefully he heals up fast and continues to sit the bench where he should be, because I'm just look. There's a difference with the way that this offense performed under Heineke versus how it has performed all season long under Wentz. Wentz has struggled. He had one good game. That was the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
He's gotten. The fact is, we've got 3 wins. 2 of those were with Wentz, and they were fucking luck. Besides the first one, I don't count that first one because that was he just. I don't know what. Maybe he just had that. He was coming off a high. Whatever happened, but we got the old Wentz back right after that.
I know what the problem is. Want me to say it?
Go for it.
Coach.
You think it's Rivera?
I think who plays? Who calls plays? Who's
Is
coach?
it Rivera though, or is it the offensive and the defensive coordinator?
I think honestly, I don't. I picture him somewhere else, man. Not with Washington. I'm sorry.
But the thing is, he chose that team, and I don't know why he. I still have not understood what he thought he was going to get out of that going there. He could have gone anywhere. There were other teams, better teams at the time when he signed, when he was getting offers, and he chose Washington of all teams.
I'm gonna
Okay with it because
shock you
it's my
guys. I'm gonna shock you again with another coach I think needs to leave in a minute. It's coming up.
All right. But so Heineke was 20 of 33, 201 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did have the 1 pick. Antonio Gibson, 10 carries, 59 yards, was looking good running the ball. McLaurin, I don't have to say much about that. I mean,
He
the
was
guy is a
balling.
freaking beast.
He was
Yeah,
balling.
the guy is a beast.
Give it up for Gibson. Did catch also. He had a receiving TD as
Hey,
well.
Tressway, our punter,
Mm-hmm.
he did have 4 punts, but the longest was 68 yards. Dude, the guy's got a leg on him.
Yeah, he does.
I saw that 68-yard punt, and I was just like, God damn. You don't see many kicker or, punting the ball 70 yards down the field.
No.
And then they're like, oh, shit, they got that down there. What are we supposed to do now? Next game, Jets and the Broncos. Jets won again. Which puts them at 5-2.
Yes.
I don't know where to begin, because I'm not gonna say that they're pulling the same thing that the Bengals did and they're going to make it all the way to the Super Bowl. I will say if they continue this path, they will definitely make the playoffs. I will give them credit where credit is due, and I think that they are a wild card capable team at this point in the season.
They got momentum. They do have a great coach, but they got a lot of young, great players, man, that they're young. They're not even in their prime yet. Can you imagine when they even get more reps and this Breece Hall guy's baller.
4 carries, 72 yards, 1 touchdown.
62.
Wilson wasn't bad either, though. He had a decent game. Coming back, he had a good game. 16 to 26, 121 yards. No interceptions. I get no touchdowns, but that's okay.
I'm not sold on Zach.
You're not
but
sold?
I am. I'm not so. I like Hall. I like Carter. I like Braxton Barreras. And Corey Davis. Corey Davis didn't have a good game, but he's a good veteran on that team. I need to see more, Zach. I need to see more. I need to see more, bro.
And my thing with the Jets was that what I had said before is they had several of those wins were against not great teams, and I said I
Right.
want to see how they do against good teams. We saw how they did against the good
Right.
team.
But
I
can I
will say
throw?
that the Broncos. Oh, go.
I just want to give kudos to Brett Rippin. Kid looked great. I got it.
Did.
He looked good, man. You know who he looked better? He looked better than the damn starter, Russell. I'm
Well,
sitting there. Look at the pass. He was
talent
throwing
runs
them
in.
passes.
Hey, talent runs in that family. You do know that, right?
Yes,
He does
kid.
have some.
I'm. This kid's got a future. He was throwing up some really good passes. He looked good.
He needs to make his way to Washington and then follow in that family footsteps. Could you imagine if he came over to Washington and got Super Bowl?
Hey, I'm
I'd
just
love
saying.
it, but
I'm just saying, Russell, you better watch your back because that kid looked good. He was
yeah.
throwing
I
the
mean, it
ball
was a
down the
lot of
field.
passing, but you know what? When you're he was consistent. I think that game was another one that could have gone either way, but the Jets came out on top. Melvin Gordon looked fucking terrible. I'm sorry. I mean, I know he got 11 carries, but 33 yards, that's awful. Good God, Mike Boone got better yards than that, and he only ran the ball 4 times and
Hey,
almost got more yards
yeah,
than Melvin Gordon. Didn't he used to be good at one point in time?
dude,
Or
it's
is he
you know
old
how
now? Is he?
you know what happens with running backs, man. Running backs
Oh
don't
yeah, I
have
know,
a
I know.
huge. And now it's starting to seem like I'm getting sad with all these quarterbacks, man. It's like, what is going on?
Yeah. Um. Yeah, but bravo to Rippin. I think Wilson better watch it, or he's gonna be the next one.
Yeah, he
Prime.
didn't
And I
score.
don't know, like. And the thing is with Wilson, you can't just like bench him. You
Yeah, you can.
gave us
Yeah,
well,
you
you
can.
can, but if you bench Wilson, it really looks bad, especially with how much you gave up to get him.
You
That
can't
to me tells
play.
me that oh,
You
I know,
suck. He
but that means
stinks. He
yeah. Not
stinks
only
bad,
if
dude.
you, I think if he gets benched, I think the head coach needs to be canned, or he will be canned at some point because that shows that this was a bad move.
And I will say,
Um,
and their coaching, I'm gonna tell you, it's Wilson and that coach. That coach is not a great coach. He should go. I'm sorry. He
yeah.
should get out of there. But I got
Um,
another coach who needs to go too.
so yeah, so you had we got the Bengals right, we got the Cowboys right, we got the Giants right. You went with the Titans, and you got that one because I went Colts. You went the Packers, I got Commanders, so I got that one. We got the Jets correct because we both went with that, and we both got the next one, which was the Raiders.
Raiders.
Finally got their second win of the season, and I get it was against the Texans, so
Josh Jacobs.
but I think this was a needed victory for them. I think this was a needed
Dude,
victory.
if they would have lost this game, oh my god. What were they? They were playing in Las Vegas, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they
God,
may have
bro.
they may if they had lost that game with what they did, they might be looking to relocate again back to Oakland.
I'm gonna call this.
Derek,
This was the Josh Jacobs game, dude. That guy was 143
20
yards, 3 touchdowns. He was
on 20
home.
carries.
Yes,
I've been saying this from the get all season long. This is the year of the running back. This ain't a passing league anymore,
on
and we're seeing that.
certain teams, on
Most
certain teams,
most the majority of the teams you're seeing it shift back to a running game. There are some teams that are sticking with the passing game because that's
and
what
they're
they do.
losing, and they're losing.
Exactly. That's what I said. I've said this from the get-go that if you can figure out how to shut those passing teams down and they don't have a good running back, they're done. And Jacobs, good dear
Smash him in
God,
the
was
mouth.
on and not only Jacobs, but shout out to Derek Carr. 6 incompletions, 21 to
Yeah,
27,
right.
241 yards, a touchdown, no picks. Adams said, I'm going to play today. He came up,
95
he blew up
yards.
big time with that one.
Yeah, yeah, he did. Um, Dude, Jacobs was doing little spins into the end zone too, the red zone. Like,
I
I
thought
mean,
I thought I was watching. I was watching the highlights. I was like, "Is somebody playing Madden in real life?" The way he's like spinning around. I'm like, oh, he just got
even he was
somebody hit the right button.
he was getting passes and he was on fire,
Hey,
dude. He was on
but you
fire.
know what? For the Texans, they
Pierce
just
Pierce is a star. The guy
in the making. Yeah.
he guy can run. He can run.
20 carries, 92 yards. And no disrespect to Davis Mills. Mills had passed the ball 28 of 41 for 302 yards, 2
It was a good
touchdowns and
game.
a pick.
It was a good
Yeah,
game.
it was a good.
Jacob's running game that really just took
I
over.
think the Texans they're doing what the Jets did a season or two ago. They're starting to get the pieces that will eventually make them a good team. Because you've seen the Jets did that 2 years ago. They were starting to show signs towards the end, but they were slowly getting those pieces together. They did it
Yeah.
again last year. The Jaguars did that 2 years ago, and then
They're
last
in
year they
trouble though,
started.
bro. They're 1-4-1.
Oh,
1-4
I know they are.
1. They're in trouble.
They're in trouble, but at least they've got bits and pieces
I agree. You're
that
right.
that they can
I
build
agree.
off of. That's
I
the
agree.
that's
Well, that's what you
because
trade. You got to go get you some pieces right now. Go get you
yeah.
some pieces.
Yep. Next up, Seahawks Chargers. The Seahawks came out on top on that one, 37-23.
Ooh, man. Geno
Um,
Smith.
and
Walker the
we
third.
actually you went Chargers, I went Seahawks because I'm riding that Geno
I
bandwagon
know.
right now. But
Herbert.
Geno's hot, man. I don't know what to say. 20 of 27, 210 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick. I don't know because
Well, they got it. No,
he's
hold on. They got a secret. What they got? Kenneth Walker the third, 168 yards, 2 TDs. All right, this guy's he's a beast. He's a beast. But Geno Smith, give this man the comeback player of the year award. Holy crap.
easily.
You know, Russell's like,
That was my team. Can I come back to my team?
Pete Carroll's like, look, man, you thought I'm the man. I'm the brains. I'm the one, not you.
So, and the thing is, at the beginning, when we saw that trade, we all thought that, what are the Seahawks doing? And now we're at the end of week 7, and we're like, all right, we know what they were doing.
We knew what they were doing.
Pete Carroll's letting out that Bill Belichick
Bro,
right there.
That deal, and that just so you know, that deal that they made is going to help out the Seahawks
right there.
future.
If you do this and you get rid of that word, absolutely
here you go.
scary.
Here you go. This one. That's what Pete. It's a vibe. That's what that whole
yeah. I don't know. Could you imagine if Geno continues and just keeps getting better, and then they get some more weapons for him to utilize and some more talent? Holy crap! They are going to be dangerous.
They got a running back. They got running backs. They got receivers. They got it. They just need to.
I will say that what the F with Eckler, dude, on the Chargers, because I'm pretty sure I could average more yards than that. Even with a cane, I could probably hobble more yards than that.
Well,
I get he got 9 carries for 31
because he was
yards,
a receiver. He was playing receiver. That's why.
I know. 12 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown. Hey, but at least Herbert got 22 yards. And Sony Michel, I forgot he was still in the league. He got 2 carries for 5 yards. I forgot he's a journeyman running back now. If that's a thing.
Mike Williams, Gerald Edford, they did catch some balls, but it was Eckler and Williams that got in the end zone. But Herbert, they gonna be all right. Los Angeles, they're 4-3. 4-3.
Yeah, they're not out of it. I think they can get there. No, I think they can turn it around. They're definitely at that point. I think we'll kind of go over the we may not go over the scores next week. We might actually just be like what the issue, where we think teams are going to go for next week. Next game, we both got that one wrong. I thought maybe the Niners would have a chance because the Chiefs might start to falter. Unfortunately for both of us, the Chiefs showed up and Patrick Mahomes said, sorry, guys, I'm going to just show you what's up. This is not going to be a Super Bowl repeat, except that we're going to win again.
we got our
A
asses
rematch.
kicked. We got kicked.
44-23. That was.
I'm just.
That was
First
just.
of all, let me. I got a vent real quick.
Go for it.
Jimmy G, take a sack, throw the ball to the sideline. Did you see the interception he did? I
Yep.
mean, good Lord. I mean, here you go. Here you go. You should have gift wrapped
Here you
it,
go.
put it on a bow, and said, "Here, Merry Christmas." Holy
Yeah,
crap!
he
You got to take sometimes just run the ball. That's why you got McCaffrey. Run the damn ball. Don't have him throw so many passes. When Jimmy G throws a lot, damn it, we lose. He doesn't think sometimes.
On the other side, Mahomes was 25 of 34, 423 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. They even said, let's put Chad Henne in. And I've never seen a stat like this. It just says no on completions and attempts. It wasn't even worth showing if he got anything. It was like,
Well, I wonder.
garbage
Usually
stats.
you get if somebody gets hurt, you got to take them out of the game, and then you throw somebody in there. And yeah, Chad,
Yeah.
go sit down.
I don't know who the Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah, he's a rookie running back.
8 carries, 43 yards. Not bad.
He's but every week you don't know what you're gonna get with the kid.
Right.
But your boy Clyde Edwards, come on, man. It's the Niners defense. You ain't gonna get no he ain't gonna run up on us, but he did get a touchdown.
What killed them was with the Niners
Juju.
defense was 7 catches, 124 yards, and a touchdown
And
on
then
8 targets. And
Marquez.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling showed up with 3 catches for 111 yards on 4 targets.
Oh, wait a minute. Don't forget the tight end. Yes.
Yeah, Travis. Yes. Also, for those that did not realize, Sunday was tight end day, National Tight End Day. So they were highlighting all the tight ends, except for Gronk, because he just does commercials now where he does noodle art or something in a nursing home for USAA.
I saw that commercial, and the lady's like, I'm like, oh.
How long did it take you to do this? All day. God. Oh, maybe that's why you retired.
Come on, man. Come on.
But Kelsey had almost 100 yards. They just were, and he was passing the ball around to like everybody. He's like, "Who wants the ball this time?" I'm like, "My God, dude!"
No, you know what he says? Hey, 49ers, remember when we met in the Super Bowl? You thought you were gonna what?
How many? Let's see, half. I'm looking at the Chiefs on how many on their defense. How many sacks they got? A half. So that's 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4.5, 5. Jesus, God Almighty!
Then you know what Jimmy did again? Jimmy got another safety.
I honestly thought this was going to be a good thing for Jimmy to showcase. Hey, look, guys, I can be a starter somewhere else and what all he's doing is saying.
We're going to be Niner fans. We're going to be all right. We got the Rams. You know what we did last time to the Rams. We're going to be all right.
Yeah. I think what they need to do is just focus on the running game more. You guys have a running back. That is kind of where I think it needs to go.
You got
Next game, we both got that one correct. That was Dolphins and Steelers.
Dolphins
won that one 16-10.
That was the CTE Bowl. The
Oh, I thought it was the Concussion Bowl.
Concussion Bowl.
Jesus. Well, thank God nobody got a concussion in that game, because good Lord, man.
So your boy Kenny Pickett.
Do you have stats for him?
Yeah.
Well, because I'm on the. Okay.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, because I'm on the NFL's website. I pulled up the stats for the Steelers, and they don't show any passing. They took him off the page and just went with rushing. Damn.
So Kenny Pickett, he 32, 44, 257 yards. He did get 3 interceptions. But this is why he's got to get the reps. He's got to learn. He's got to get in these situations. His QBR 44.9, rating 66.2. Not that good. Not that good.
He's got to get those interceptions down, or he's going to end up being just like Jameis Winston, can put up the yards but kills himself with all the picks.
The coach of the Steelers, and I know this, everybody's going to say I'm crazy, but I think it's time for him to go. I think he's been with the Steelers too long, bro, and it's going on a decline. I don't know.
Let's see. So Tua looked good, 21 of 35, 261 yards, a touchdown. Mostert, 16 carries for 79 yards, and Waddle had 4 catches for 88 yards. Tyreek Hill, 7 catches, 72 yards. So they came out on top. That's what matters. Pickett, you just got to get them interceptions. If he can tone those down, I think that will help drastically. And then the last game, we both got that wrong. I honestly wasn't expecting. So Bears won at 33-14. The Patriots were up 14-10 at halftime. I'm like, all right. So at the end of the game, the Bears won it 33-14. So the Patriots didn't show back up for the second half. I mean, they were there, but not really, because I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Fields went off, dude. The kid, it's probably the best game this kid ever played. He showed up.
He looked great. So next week we've got the week 8 games. I'm gonna get those scores all, or the stuff put together here real quick if I can get it while we finish up chatting about. If there's any other news you want to touch base on that we did that I didn't pick up? Trades or anything?
Well, like Kanye West, I'm not gonna get into what the stuff that he was talking about because it doesn't matter. It's just crazy, but football players are leaving his sports agency. Like basketball, Jaylen Brown left, Donaldson's left. When you say stupid stuff, and Adidas said Adidas would never fire him because he's Yeezy. Well, guess what? Adidas fired you, and Kanye get some people's mental health is serious, and I think there's something mentally wrong with this dude, and I hope he gets some help. We did get a suspension. One of the Kansas City guys, I think he was being bad, and he got suspended. Clark, Chiefs defensive end Clark suspended 2 games. And the reason why he was suspended was because suspended by the NFL for 2 games for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy. So he got suspended for that. And then let's see, what do we got? The Jets trade for running back Robinson with Hall out. We talked about that. Belichick is still mum on the starter. He's not seeing who's going to be starting the next game. If it's going to be Zapp and whoever.
Yeah, Jesus. All right. Well, I got all the week 8 stuff there. Good Lord, there was a lot of them because literally every team is playing. So there's only one bye, or there's 2 teams off getting a break next week. That's the Chargers and the Chiefs.
All right.
So we'll start off Thursday night football. I'm hoping won't be
Ravens
and the Bucs. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think this will be the first game that I don't pick the Bucs, and I'm actually going with the Ravens, but because, dude, the Bucs. I don't know. They've got
their running game is their running game's horrible.
Their defense. Brady is
not there.
It's an all-around disaster at this point.
Yeah.
And then so that's our Thursday night game. So that could be a snooze fest, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see some points. I mean, we'll get to see Jackson run in the ball. So, there's that, and that's probably, and he'll throw a couple of times. He'll run and not slide. That's what Jackson does best. So then we go to our Sunday games. We've got Broncos at Jaguars. I'm going
Jags. I'm going with Jags.
Yeah, I am too, only because the Broncos are, and it's not against anything against Rippon. I just it's the team as a whole. It's just a effing mess because the coaching staff doesn't know
Right.
what the hell to do anymore. I think.
Right.
So I think the Jag are going to bounce back, and get a win. Panthers at the Falcons is the next one up. I almost want to say I
I'm
kind of want
going.
to go Panthers on that one.
I'm going Panthers. I'm going Panthers because Panthers, they got Hubbard, Devontae Freeman, who are good running backs. They
Yeah.
still got more. The quarterback,
Oh.
I'm not sold on the quarterback, but I'm going with Carolina.
Yeah, so am I on that one. I think the Falcons just have too many issues. Next up, Bears at Dallas. I'm sorry, Fields. You had a good game, but Dallas' defense is going to tear you a new one.
That kid gonna be somewhere in the corner somewhere with his thumb in his mouth crying when that defense gets a hold of him. I'm going with Dallas.
Yeah,
Dallas.
I hate to keep picking Dallas. This is the most in a season that I've chosen Dallas
They've been
to win.
they've been winning. They've been winning.
Their offense is on par,
Right.
and a lot of it's that defense. That is a damn good defense that they have this year.
Right.
Next up, Dolphins at the Lions. That's a given. We know the Dolphins are going.
I'm going with Dolphins.
There's no part of me.
This is a tough one.
Yeah, no part of me could pick the Lions as the upset win on that one either. I could not do it. Next up, Cardinals at the Vikings.
Ooh.
So Vikings are coming off a bye and a win from prior to the bye, and the Cardinals obviously are coming off a win as well. So I'm not. Oh, damn. The Vikings. I want to say Cardinals are going to win it, but there's a part of me that could see the Vikings somehow manage a win at the last second.
I'm going with the Cardinals because DeAndre Hopkins is hungry. I see Murray just lit, just like you're gonna see Jefferson and you're gonna see Andre, both of them like the stat sheets.
Well, and the thing is, I'm going Cardinals, and it's only because so am I. And my reason is just because the Vikings have a tendency to start out okay, then they give up, but they have to fight back usually in the fourth quarter, and I don't know if they can do that against the Cardinals. The Cardinals are a tough team right now, and especially with the talent they've got active now in receiver, that makes a difference. Next up, Raiders at the Saints, and I almost want to go. I'm going Raiders on this one. I don't know if the Saints are going to be able to put. I like Dalton's been on a hell of a streak, but if the Raiders just have, I think.
Sorry, Kevin, going with the Saints. Going with the Saints.
The Saints are going to go marching on to a victory, huh? All right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, and they could. They could if Dalton gets the interceptions down.
Jacob might. I think Jacob had a hell of a game. I don't think he's going to do the same with the Saints. Not here.
So the next up, Patriots at the Jets. I'm going Jets on that because the Jets are on fire, and I don't know what the Patriots are going to do at QB.
Going with the Jets, even though I do like me some Stevenson and I like me some Jacoby on the Patriots.
The issue is for them, the Patriots is the quarterback. You don't know who's going to play. Is it going to be Mac Jones? Is it going to be Zappy? Is Jones going to get the start?
They're kind of similar in certain ways.
I know, but the problem is, are they putting Jones in and then they're just going to bench him in favor of Zapp? Is Zappy going to get in and then get benched? It's a mess.
I'm not going to tell you. You guys are just going to find out. Just tune in Sunday. All I'm going to let you know is the quarterback is going to be on the field. Bill Belichick. You guys done?
Next game. Well, this isn't even a hard one. Steelers at the Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah,
Eagles.
no shit.
Eagles. They're about to, that poor kid. Oh my God.
Pickett's gonna get annihilated.
They're gonna eat him up.
Oh my God, are they ever? So the next one, Titans at the Texans. I kind of want to go. I kind of want to go Texans.
No, I'm going Tennessee, man. I'm going Titans. I'm going with Titans, and plus, Henry is starting to run a little bit better.
Yeah.
And I just like their
I'm going Titans on
receivers.
part of me wants to go Texans, but this is the Texans, and I can't do it. Next
Tennessee
up,
Titans.
Washington at Indianapolis. Sorry, that's going to be a Washington victory. I mean, it's not going to be a homecoming for Wentz because he got the boot and he's on the bench anyways.
You got a guy never threw a pass in an NFL. He's never been an NFL starter. Going with
McLaurin's
Washington.
McLaurin's going to have so much fun in that game, I think.
Going with Washington.
Next up, 49ers at the Rams.
Oh man. Hey, the Rams are 3-3, Niners are 3-4.
I'm going 49ers on this one. I think they're going to bounce back.
They better. I'm going with my Niners. We did beat the Rams last time. We whooped them pretty good last time.
Right. Ravens in the chat saying hello. Feel the shadow power vet. Anyone watch EU football? I did not. That's not my thing. When you say EU football, I have to highlight that and just go with the lazy part. There we go. Packers at the Bills is the next one up. Sorry, Green Bay, but you're about to get Green Bay. Woo, that's gonna be.
That's not even funny, man. That's not even. Oh God. Oh.
So I said Rodgers is gone.
Bill, I'm picking Bills, right? I'm picking the Bills.
No, I didn't even ask on that one. I just wrote Bills. Okay, but right. Rodgers is gonna be like at the end of that game. Rodgers is gonna be like, maybe I should retire. I could have been the host of Jeopardy, but I'm losing games instead. I bet he didn't see that one coming. And then the Monday night game. Oh, that's
Battle of Ohio. The Battle of Ohio.
So the Packers Bills is the Sunday night thriller. And Monday night is Bengals at the Browns, and I'm going Bengals on that one.
I'm going Bengals, dude. I'm going Bengals.
I think Chubb is going to have another good game.
I don't care. They're 2-5, dude. Chubb.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. That's what I was getting at. I think they're going to have a good game, but not good enough to get a victory.
No.
All right. So our week 8 picks are in the book.
Yes.
Next week when we come back, we probably will not. We'll go over the games, but we're not going to go too in depth. Mostly just because I want to go. We're going to probably just be like, all right, and look at where the teams are at the midway point. Because next week we're at the halfway point. Well, kind of. I guess now with 17 games, we don't really have a halfway point unless we say Thursday. It's fucking weird though, because it was easier with 16 games because then I could split it 8 and 8. Right. Week 8, you're right at the middle. With this, I still say week 8's the middle of the season. So we'll kind of be able to be like, all right, this is where we were at the beginning of the season. This is where we are now. Where do we think the teams are going to go by the end of the season? And I think with 8 weeks in, we'll be able to get a good idea of where the teams are going to head. But it's the NFL, folks. We know how things happen. We saw what happened to the Cardinals last season and the Dolphins.
We'll be talking about the trades. There's going to be some trades.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we will be.
I think there'll be some quarterbacks maybe relocating. Possibly.
I think there's some running backs. People need some running backs. There's going to be some receivers.
Maybe offensive linemen, but I don't know.
And it's injuries, folks. You got to remember, injuries. Somebody gets hurt. Boom. You got to get somebody.
Yep. So with that being said, we are all done, folks. We will see you guys here, same time, same place, on YouTube, on Sports Talk, Sportscast on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. Also, Sports Talk 101's YouTube page. We're live there as well, and on our Twitter page. So you can find us pretty much everywhere. Make sure to subscribe. Sportscast has shows literally every week. They'll be live, I think, tomorrow. I don't know what the show is because I can't keep up with everything. I know Thursday night they'll be live with Victor will have his show, and he'll be I'm hyped up. He's going to be all crazy anyways because the Giants won again.
Giants,
And
yeah.
so, and he's a massive Giants fan, so it should be fun to watch that. So
I'm
make
happy
sure to
for
tune
the
into all our
Giants. Happy for
shows.
the Giants.
I am too.
The Mannings are hosting the Country Music Awards, folks, and he was
Dear God, that should be.
he was on a chalkboard saying, "All right." He had the stage. If somebody runs up on stage, I'm gonna run this way. What are you in his bro?
You know what the highlight of each season has been last year and this year is Monday Night Football. I don't watch ESPN. I don't watch the main ESPN. I watch the Mannings, and 9 times out of 10, those two have such a good dynamic because it's usually one will be like this and one will be that way, but a lot of it is they start bickering between each other's.
Somebody needs to write these guys a show. They need a television show.
Peyton had a show on ESPN Plus. Peyton had a show on ESPN Plus.
I'm talking about like a retired football brothers show, like a sitcom.
God, that would be fantastic.
Sitcom.
Either that or put them two in a booth as analysts. Although I don't think they would get anything done because they'd be goofing around.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're out of here. We're just gonna keep lollygagging. We'll see you guys on the next one. Stay safe out there. There's still crazy things going on out in the world, and we will see you on next week.
Peace.